Phil Ramey makes a fortune shooting stars. That's why some stars probably want to shoot him. She was voted most likely to succeed. Now she's on the FBI's most wanted list. And the people who take it say it's an aphrodisiac. He says it's not, but he's called Dr. Sex. This is Hard Copy, December 21st, 1989.
Hi, I'm Terry Murphy.
And I'm Ellen Frio. He's not invited anywhere, but Phil Ramey shows up everywhere. He crashes weddings and funerals, jumps in front of cars, even hangs out of helicopters. Anything to shoot the pictures the stars don't want you to see. The most adored people in the world shudder when this shutterbug shows up, but he doesn't let it stop him. How does Ramey really feel about being on Hollywood's most hated list? He couldn't care less. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but this one better be worth up to $10,000 to gonzo photographer Phil Ramey. On the front lines of celebrity Star Wars, he's Darth Vader. He'll do whatever it takes to get his shot, even if it means disrupting the Rolling Stones concert with the roar of his helicopter and angering thousands of concertgoers at Los Angeles Coliseum.
They always complain, but so what?
After the last 10 years, Phil is used to it. He's the photographer who rented the house in Malibu next door to Madonna's and Sean Penn's wedding. When he got kicked out anyway, he took to the sky. He was in the one helicopter that he says didn't get fired upon during Michael J. Fox's wedding. Maybe it's a 6'4" frame, but it seems no one can touch him, even when he's on the ground. Not even Rob Camilletti, Cher's ex-boyfriend, who tore after the other photographer, and Phil got it all on film.
Camilletti is like a real fool chasing poor Vader Brandt up the street, throwing cameras at him. I ran all over the world. He looked real bright, and Cher looked twice as bright for hanging out with the moron, didn't he?
When another photographer got exclusive rights to shoot Peter Lawford's ocean burial, Phil and his helicopter crashed the funeral and ended up spreading the ashes even further out to sea. But his single most infamous act has to be when he jumped in front of the Los Angeles coroner's van to photograph Rock Hudson's body bag. The exclusive shot sold for tens of thousands of dollars.
Where we stop and put the camera down just out of respect for the subject, in their private lives, that's where Phil begins, because it translates into money. Basically what I call does the sleaze of the week.
And this is from one of his friends.
Yeah, I'm his bosom buddy.
It's media events like Zsa Zsa's sentencing at the Beverly Hills courthouse that separate the men from the boys, and Phil from everybody else.
Nice gangbang for the day, huh? I never went to school for photography, all right, unlike a lot of you professionals. I got the shots, and they went home with nothing. I'm not a genius, but I did figure out the photographer in court on the monitor got her crying and wiping in tears, and it ran on the front page of London the next day. Everybody else ended up with nothing. She ran out the other way. Nobody ever got any pictures of her, and nobody certainly got any stuff inside.
He seems to know a half a second before the rest of us what's going to happen, sometime.
His photos are not extremely beautiful, but they come right to the point.
And they make a lot of money, both overseas and right here at home.
Oh, what a beautiful, clear day. It's one of the clearest days we've had in Los Angeles in weeks. You can even see the Hollywood sign. Maybe we'll even get Madonna sunbathing today, but I doubt it.
Ah, the pleasures of roofside pickup. A national magazine is sending him up to snap an aerial of the house Richard Chamberlain just sold to Angelica Houston. And it isn't easy spotting it from the air. But it's easier than the time he tracked Warren Beatty and Madonna driving in their separate Mercedes down these hills. After following their cars in the helicopter, it was finally worth it.
Yeah, we made a lot of money. Put a down payment on my next Ferrari.
Madonna's ex, Sean Penn, who's notorious for his hatred of paparazzi, who Phil still finds perplexing. He never threw a fist at Phil, but he did button up his shirt over his head.
I might be the only person willing to go on national TV and say that I really like Sean Penn. We have, like, a lot more in common than anybody would ever figure out.
For instance, Phil lives in Malibu too, but that doesn't mean he likes all his neighbors.
There's no point in being nice to Ryan O'Neal because he'll never be nice to you. To get Ryan and Farrah barefoot, pregnant, with a 409 and a sponge cleaning the walls and him sweeping up, it was an opportunity you couldn't deny. People want the personal glimpses. They don't want to see this set-up studio crap.